Jayna Cardet glanced down at the watch her grandmother had given her the day she'd graduated from law school and frowned. "Your Honor, it's 10:20. The trial was supposed to start at 10. I move for you to make a decision based on the fact that the defense didn't bother to show up."
"I'm right here."
A thin man in his mid-40s stood, holding up a hand. He was the owner of the gas station and the man who'd made her client's life a living hell. At least, that was the way she was going to argue the case. She firmly intended to make the world understand that taking down that tree on the land that ran up against her client's home had been not only rude, but negligent. And she would make that case as soon as the defense counsel bothered to show up. Or perhaps Mr. Abbott could be convinced to defend himself. She could eviscerate the man's argument in 5 minutes or less, and then she would be free to make a whole bunch of calls that would likely lead to nowhere. Certainly not to a job. "Excellent, then we should get started."
"But Quaid's not here."
Abbott looked at her like she was some kind of idiot. Yeah, she got that a lot these days. Once, she'd been the up-and-coming queen of the New Orleans legal scene. She'd been justice in high heels, wielding a designer bag like a shield. This morning, her mama had shoved a PB&J, an apple, and 2 tiny chocolate chip cookies in a plastic bag from the Fast Mart and handed her a thermos of instant coffee because only rich people had coffee makers, and hot water and off-brand caffeine crystals had been good enough for her mama, so they were good enough for her. How the mighty had fallen. "Yes, Your Honor, that's my point." She gestured to her client, 84-year-old Geraldine Oliver. "If Mr. Havery can't be bothered to show up on time, then we should either move forward with the trial, or you could simply hand down a judgment in favor of my client."
"Whoa,"
Abbott said with a frown.
"That doesn't seem fair. We didn't even get a chance to tell you what happened. Shouldn't we have that chance? Quaid's just running late, like always."
"Mr. Havery is taking up the judge's valuable time," she pointed out. If they'd been in New Orleans, she would already have her judgment and be off to the next client. She would have billed another couple of hours before heading to some fabulous restaurant for lunch, where she would schmooze with the bigwigs and bring in even more money.
"My time is not that valuable right now,"
Judge Brewer said with a yawn.
"Can't finish today. I've got a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and if I have to cancel that because Quaid's late, it's fine with me. Why a man can't be left to die in peace, I have no idea. Besides, it looks like Geraldine is having a nice nap. Wouldn't want to wake her."
Sure enough, her client was snoring quietly in the chair beside her.